Subscribe and support. Mark Kilroy was a student at the University of Texas at Austin. In March 1989, he and a group of friends decided to spend their spring break in Matamoros, a Mexican border town located across the Rio Grande from Brownsville, Texas. They were attracted to Matamoros due to its reputation for cheap alcohol and easy access to drugs. On the night of March 14, 1989, Mark Kilroy and his friends were partying in Matamoros. At some point during the evening, Kilroy got separated from his friends and vanished without a trace. His friends reported him missing to both Mexican and American authorities. The investigation into Mark Kilroy's disappearance was a joint effort between Mexican and American law enforcement agencies. It quickly became clear that Kilroy's disappearance was not a simple case of a young man getting lost or partying too hard. As the investigation into Mark Kilroy's disappearance continued, it took a significant turn when a ranch hand named Elio Hernandez, who had been a member of the cult, provided crucial information to authorities. Hernandez revealed details about the cult's activities, including the locations of graves and rituals. As authorities delved deeper into the case, they stumbled upon a bizarre and horrifying cult known as Los Narcosatanicos, or the Narco-Satanists. This cult was involved in drug trafficking and ritualistic murders. They believed that human sacrifices would protect them from law enforcement. In their investigation, authorities uncovered several grisly discoveries. They found multiple shallow graves containing the remains of humans and animals, some of which were believed to have been used in sacrificial rituals. The cult members were reportedly responsible for numerous murders. Eventually, law enforcement arrested several members of the cult, including the cult's leader, Adolfo Constanzo, and his accomplice, Sarah Aldrete. They were charged with multiple counts of murder, drug trafficking, and other crimes. Adolfo Constanzo, the leader of the cult, was a charismatic and dangerous figure. He believed in a mixture of Santeria, a Caribbean religion, and Palo Mayombe, an African Caribbean religion with elements of dark magic. He convinced his followers that human sacrifices would protect them from law enforcement and rival drug traffickers. Sarah Aldrete, a Mexican-American college student and psychology major, played a significant role in the cult. Aldrete was believed to have participated in the rituals and lured victims into the cult. The cult's rituals were gruesome and involved the sacrifice of humans and animals. They believed that the spilling of blood would grant them power and protection. Mark Kilroy and other victims were brutally tortured and killed as part of these rituals. Authorities discovered a horrifying torture chamber at one of the cult's properties. Inside, they found various instruments of torture, including chains, knives, and cauldrons. This grim discovery provided further evidence of the cult's activities. Tragically, Mark Kilroy's remains were among those discovered in one of the cult's burial sites. It was determined that he had been brutally tortured and sacrificed as part of one of the cult's rituals. After Elio Hernandez's cooperation and the evidence obtained from the cult's properties, authorities moved in to make arrests. Several cult members were captured, and a nationwide manhunt was launched for Constanzo and Aldrete. Constanzo died by suicide during a standoff with Mexican police, while Aldrete was eventually apprehended. The trial of the cult members, particularly Sarah Aldrete and others directly involved in the murders, garnered significant international attention. It highlighted the extent of cult activities and drug-related violence along the U.S.-Mexico border. The cult leader, Adolfo Constanzo, committed suicide shortly after his arrest. Sarah Aldrete, who was initially sentenced to 30 years in prison, had her conviction overturned on appeal in 2002, and she was released from prison. The Mark Kilroy case had a profound impact on both sides of the border. It led to increased scrutiny of drug-related violence in the region and raised awareness about the dangers of cults and the occult. It also spurred discussions about the need for cooperation between Mexican and American law enforcement agencies. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.